What's the tea, honeybees? It's your girl, your Judy, your boy, Gabe, aka Cutie from Keeping It G, and we are back with a new episode of Gossip with Cutie. Thank y'all so much for coming in and stopping by to my channel. Y'all already know what you got to do, honey. Okay, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, comment, click that notification bell for more videos and more tea with me. Okay, period. Y'all already know, if you guys already saw on the cover, we are going to be really discussing all things of Real Housewives of Potomac, y'all. Okay, so let's get everything started, because of the fact that if you guys did not watch the past episode or the reunion of the Real Housewives of Potomac, honey, you missed out on a lot of motherfucking shade and a lot of tea that was spilled, honey, okay? And throughout this whole week, tea continued to spill and tea continued to get hot and spicy. I love me a nice ginger spice, you know, a nice little hot tea that likes, you know, make me want to sip, honey, okay? And that's exactly what I was doing throughout this week, honey, okay? Between the reads of Monique and Miss Karen Huger, Monique Samuels and Karen Huger were gunning at Jamal Bryant the whole episode and the reunion. And to be completely honest with y'all, I was here for it. The reads were on fire, honey, okay? Between the reads and between starting with Karen coming at Giselle with her fashions, her house interior designing opinions and everything like that, it was hilarious. I was on the floor, y'all. Do you understand me? But the real thing that we really have to talk about, y'all, is because of the fact that there is a feud in the families of the Bryants and the Samuels, honey, okay? So let's get into it, honey. So if you guys know, this is the cute little Monique Samuels and her husband, Chris Samuels. So as you guys already know, one of the main things and one of the main storylines that they have been going through between Monique and Chris was the storyline of allegedly Monique the youngest son actually is not Chris's baby. And that was one of the main things that was actually circling around the whole season, which is the reason why that stemmed the whole situation of Candace and Monique being divided and no longer being friends, because Candace then invited Charisse, who was involved in spreading all of the rumors. She was involved with inviting Charisse into Candace's, what was it? Candace's, I think it was her birthday party. So she was invited to her birthday party or some event, and Monique wasn't with the shits. And she was like, how did you do that? So that all stemmed and, you know, it all circulated, and that's how it pretty much started. So Chris Samuels and Monique have been together for a long period of time. They've been together for a few years since we always saw them. But we also have this couple right here, okay? Let's not forget the pastoral couple, honey, okay? With the pastoral pastor slanging the big D. So then we have this couple right here. Then we have the Bryants. We have Giselle and Jamal, Pastor Jamal Bryant, who, if you guys don't know, he is a pastor of a mega church in Atlanta, New Birth. And he also, they were married for a few years back in the day. They got divorced probably, I think it was about 10 years ago. But just recently, throughout the past 2 years, they have started stemming their relationship again, and they started being cool. So with all that being said, they have, as you guys already know, Giselle has been gunning for Monique, always coming for her marriage, calling Chris big boy this whole season, always was throwing shade. She was one of the main people that was saying that Monique's baby was not her, Chris's child. So as any regular person would do, if you're coming for me and my family, I'm going to come back for you. So that's exactly what Monique did during the reunion. So during the reunion, Monique came with a book of receipts that I was here for, honey, okay? She came with a book of receipts and started the first motherfuckers that they wanted to come at was the Bryants, okay? She said, you coming at me, I'm coming at you right back, honey, okay? And she came with the receipts of saying that Pastor Jamal Bryant has many of kids, Okay, just like what Giselle's dad said, he has about 6 baby mamas. Allegedly, he has a whole girlfriend in Atlanta. She had receipts of the girlfriend's text messages between her and Jamal. Okay, and she's had those receipts for quite a while. She has receipts of both her and Jamal in the same bed. Okay. And it was on top of that, she even confirmed the phone number of the text messages that was sent to her. And Giselle confirmed, yes, that is his phone number. Girl, Giselle was silent as a mouse, which makes it even more confirming that this possibly could be true. Okay, so I honestly don't really think that Jamal is ever going to be behind the couch. She actually was saying, Monique was also stating the fact that, Giselle has never had a man behind that couch the whole season, and the whole time that she's ever been on Real Housewives of Potomac, Jamal has never been behind that couch, and I don't think that man is ever going to be behind that couch. He actually just stated that he probably isn't going to be behind the couch, and he actually also stated that he is just now speaking about this whole situation as of just recently because of the whole allegations that went down. So, like I said, y'all know we have the receipts of everything that goes down in the media, honey. Okay, so Pastor Jamal Bryant actually finally steps out and he speaks on the allegations that went down between Monique and Giselle in the reunion, and he says that Monique needs to get help. And also, who else needs to get help is her husband, Chris, because of the fact that he is going through a mental breakdown, apparently. Child, let's get into this, honey, okay? Not a mental breakdown. This man said that he even slightly threatened the Samuels, stating that he has the address of where they are rather than the phone number. He has the phone number of their pastor and so on and so forth, honey, okay? Let's get into it. So,
Monique Samuels, I've never met, never shook her hand, never been in a room with her. And yet she's assassinated my character, a man she's never met. Now, I've got to address this because on international television, I understand what the hostility was about and why the redirect of attention was on me. The redirect of attention on me, you teamed up with your best friend, who rest in peace has gone on to be with the Lord, and generated a story because you wanted to redirect because you thought a story was getting ready to break, that your baby is from your trainer. And that's what got your husband upset because he thought Giselle leaked it. And I want to tell you, Monique and Chris, it is not Giselle who leaked that, but Monique, your best friend, Gigi. We had nothing to do with it. You came hostile and angry, and it was misdirected rage. Misdirected rage because you live in a house with a man who has anger management, who doesn't mind expressing volatile behavior. And everything that I'm saying tonight is not conjecture. This is not murder. This is self-defense. And so on Sunday, for the first time in 5 years, I'm inviting my audience to watch the reunion. It's Housewives of Potomac, where you will see Monique's husband try to attack my wife, my ex-wife, Ann Robin. And security had to be called, and he had to be subdued. And I'm very concerned. Monique, you all have my phone number as you expressed on the show, but I had you all's address. And because of grace, I didn't respond to that. Chris, you got to take care of CTE. Yeah, some of your former teammates contacted me. They're concerned. Said, Jamal, please don't respond because CT is a progressive degenerative disease from a history of trauma to the brain. And so just last week,
there's so much that we have to unload here. Like, it's a whole 20-minute episode, a whole 20-minute video and Zoom call that Pastor Jamal Bryant actually released recently. And he actually was basically talking about the whole situation. There's so much that we have to unload here. First of all, I can't take this man seriously when you are talking like we are in Bible study. Pastor Jamal Bryant actually is a pastor that I actually follow on my on my Bedside Baptist. That's the church that I go to low key. When I've been like this whole quarantine, that's one of the churches that I actually have been frequenting at, and I've been going to this whole time. But the way that he was talking just now, and then it's the Christmas music in the back, singing, what? You got the Christmas and the jolliness, but you over here throwing shade at somebody's family, and then you're alleging that Chris has a whole mental problem. He has a whole mental disease. Where are the receipts that Chris has this mental disease of CTE? I'm so confused. Then he also stated that he said, I have your address and you lucky. Basically, what he was basically saying in the nicer words, I have your address and you lucky I pull up on your ass. Is this the pastoral thing that we need to be doing? Is that what pastors be doing? That's what y'all do? Y'all slave D's in the people's congregation and threaten people when they talk about it? I'm confused. Like for real. And if you notice, nothing that Jamal has said in that video confirms or denies any of the allegations that Monique has stated about, number one, him having multiple baby mothers. Number two, him slanging that church D all over the congregation. And number three, having a girlfriend down in Atlanta. None of those things have been confirmed or denied through either Giselle or Pastor Bryant. So what does that leave us to believe? I mean, honestly, what does that leave us to believe? Because in my eyes, I think that is true. So honestly, moving on to more things, Monique actually finally, after those allegations and that video was released, Monique actually stepped forward and she spoke with a blog, and she states that she actually really didn't care about everything that he was saying. She threw a whole bunch of shade and said his response just proves that there are demons in the church and in the pulpit, because what pastor goes on live and does that? He wasn't even original. Dude, I already did the binder. Get your own thing. It was hilarious to me. He needs to do better with his actions, and doing that live is the exact opposite of a well-grounded pastor would have done. So it's just that comedy writes itself at this point. He needs to go back to prayer and ask God to help clean some of that flesh that he has, because it's quite dirty. Girl, okay? And then she continues to say even more things because of the fact that, if you guys remember and if you heard, he was actually accusing Chris Samuels for allegedly almost assaulting Giselle and Robin during the reunion. And he also states, because of the fact that, if you notice in some of the previews of the reunion, you do notice that Chris Samuels does get very agitated and he does get riled up in what went down. But do you blame him? This whole season, you have been talking mess about his whole family, and you probably have never seen this man this whole season. So yeah, I'm gonna let my wife rock, and I'm gonna let her talk what she got to talk. But if something is directed towards me, I'm gonna say something. And that's the problem. And I feel like another thing is with Jamal really does, like, as what Monique was saying, that he does speak with a lot of flesh. I kind of feel like that Jamal, if he was to ever come to the reunion, child, he gonna pull up, and so things might go down, and that Baltimore might come out, honey. Okay, because we do have to keep that in mind. But Monique definitely did share some more things about the whole situation, about what he had stated with Chris, and she had stated even more. She said it's not the person who will argue with women. That's not his. Chris is not the person who argues with women. That is not his job. That's my job. And no woman is going to argue with my husband because that's my job. So whatever Jamal alluded is not true. He wasn't there. Maybe he should have been there. And then he could have made all the points that he wanted to make. It could have witnessed firsthand what actually happened. It's going to be very eye-opening when people see what goes down. I can't wait to, I cannot wait to see what the hell goes down, honey, okay? Because it looks like it's going to be some tea and some spiciness, honey, okay? To be completely honest with you, the whole situation and the whole episode of the Potomac episode, it was really eye-opening. Between the whole thing with the whole drama with the Bryants and the Samuels, along with the talk of aggression of Black women and darker skinned Black women, with the comment that Wendy had made with everything that happened with Ashley calling Wendy aggressive, and also making names with Candace as well. I do want to step in, and I actually do want to comment on that as well real quick. I actually do agree with what Wendy was saying of the fact that a lot of darker skinned women of the darker complexion, they actually do get the backhanded disrespect of being called aggressive most of the time. And it happens a lot in reality TV, and we've seen it multiple times between reality TV and all reality TV, not even in between just Bravo. Everywhere we see it, and especially right now with the situation that's going on with Tamar Braxton, with Nene Leakes. Nene Leakes is probably one of the main people, not even one of the main people, but a perfect character of someone that is always called aggressive and always saying that they are just not doing too much, or they're actually saying too much, or they're aggressive. And in reality, they put you in these aggressive situations and you don't know how to act. But when it's someone with the lighter skin complexion, it's a different word, or it's not considered that. And they probably, in the media and Twitter or whoever comes around, they don't receive the same backlash as the darker skinned women. So that's honestly something that really needs to change. I really want to mention that because I also feel like that it may come forward as well with maybe even Black men or darker skinned men. It can, but I do definitely feel like that is major on darker skinned women and with women as well. With women, you guys deal with a lot in it. And when it comes to being respected, is something that needs to happen, especially when it comes to darker skinned women, because of the fact that you guys are queens. If you want to express your feelings, how you express your feelings, it should not be called aggressive, okay? It should be called you expressing your feelings, and that's period. Because if the same thing was to happen with someone of a lighter complexion, it is not called that, okay? It is called them expressing how they feel. So I can't wait for everything that is going to continue to unfold throughout the reunions and the part 2 of next week that is going to be coming on Sunday. I'm actually going to be doing some reviews on that. Like I said before, I'm going to be doing Real Housewives of Atlanta reviews. It's going to be every Monday. And then also I'm probably going to be doing Real Housewives of Potomac reviews as well every Monday or Tuesday. So I am going to be doing a lot of new things with Keeping It G and Gospel Cutie, y'all. So that is going to be it this week. I can't wait for all the tea to continue to spill about the Bryant, honey, because it is going to be spicy. Okay. All right, y'all. So that's going to be it with Gossip and Cutie. Make sure that you guys like, subscribe, comment, click that notification bell for more videos and more tea with me. That's it, y'all. So Cutie out.